Hi, welcome. I'm Tom, your host, and this is the DROPCAST Movie Poster Podcast Release Edition. Today, two good friends are on this podcast. It's Vance Kelly and Marko Manev. They're not only friends with me, they're friends with each other, so that's kind of cool. And we're going to talk about the latest prints in the Star Wars universe for Bottleneck Gallery and the Moore Art Gallery. And yeah, happy belated Star Wars Day for you guys when you tune in tomorrow, because we tape them one day early. And later on, I will talk with James all the cool Star Wars releases that happened this day and the other stuff as well. So yeah, stay tuned, smash that like button. And what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey man, how's it going?
I know it's early, Marko. Thank you for coming on. That you got up for us, and Vance brought the thunder, literally. So I have a feeling it's going to be a good show. Let's jump right into it. You guys have some really cool Star Wars prints for Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and I'm going to start out with the first one for the Moore Art Gallery that Vance did. And you guys are always glad you probably poke fun of each other. So if you want to say something bad, go ahead. The first one is for Moore Art Gallery, and this is a TIE pilot. Did you had a good name for it? Because I don't know if I copied it.
Black Squadron Leader, I think is what we went with.
Okay.
So James and I were talking about it yesterday, and
So how did this happen? Let's hear about the process, and how did you get in touch with Moore Art and so on?
Well, I was talking to some guy named Tom who's got some fast. Yeah, and actually, and James, it was really nice, to work with James and Kier with this, and we talked briefly about the concepts and stuff, and they gave me a list of some of the John Mallow properties that they had, and I thought the TIE Fighter pilot how cool is it? It's got tubes, black, it's gothic, it's hardcore, so that was my first choice to go with.
Yeah. How did you go about it, like in the idea? Because he's basically in the cockpit, and I just showed the people here some work in progress shots, which are pretty cool to see. How did you come up with this concept?
Well, originally I thought about just doing like the helmet and his chest piece, or just a standalone. But in the end, I thought it'd be more fun to have him in action and actually have him fly in the cockpit and look like he's like either getting shot down or he's got like the red glow. It seemed more dramatic than just a still life.
Yeah. Is it? Would you say it's your favorite character?
It's one of my favorite characters. I actually like all of those designs on the Empire, from the Death Star cannon. Are they pilots, operators? What are they with the big jaw?
I think piece? Operators sounds good.
Well, I'm gonna talk to the professional over here, Marko.
Let's start. Gunner.
Yeah. Actually, any Star Wars related questions I have, I go straight to this guy. He's a walking encyclopedia.
That's good to hear. I thought I know all this stuff. I don't know, Marko. Have you seen? Do you know about the movie Trivia Schmodown?
I've heard of it.
Because they have a Star Wars quiz section, and I think you should at least check it out. Like maybe a finals match, because I thought I know a lot about Star Wars, but there were questions. What's the droid's name that you can see for a split second in this and that movie? And then they basically give you all the technical details on top. So it's like really crazy. But
sounds fun. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never really looked at it.
Okay. Did you help? Did you help Vance with the piece, being accurate?
This one, did I help? No, I did not help.
I think I asked one thing, but usually if I do anything Star Wars related, Marko and Kevin are like my first call, text, all right, dude, I have no fucking idea. I thought I knew this, whatever, but is this even accurate? And they're like, no, come on.
Man, you can live with that. I'm looking at the piece right now on your screen. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I'm a really fan of pilots in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that piece, I was like, damn, dude, it's really cool.
Yeah, we forgot to mention the size. The size is A2, the European size, and it's approximately 24 by 16 inches, which is a good size, I'd say. And I've seen in the groups like where people posted it, they were all already like, "Oh my God, I need this! This is an amazing print." And yeah, this is a hand-numbered edition of just 50. So go get them while they're hot. And yeah, it's on fine art pigment print, archival Gmund cotton paper, which is 300 grams per square meter and 45 pounds. So that's some really cool stuff. Marco, what would you have picked if you would have done like a trooper piece?
Same. Pilot for sure. The Imperial pilot. I mean, the design is just incredible, and I don't know. I mean, have I ever drawn the type? I don't think I've drawn a TIE fighter pilot.
Sure.
What?
I don't think so.
See?
Yeah, I have never done.
Maybe we should make this happen with James also.
Did you kill it? Yes, I agree.
All right, I'll make it happen. I'll talk to him tomorrow when we record the second half of the podcast. But I have to say my favorite character when it comes to like the troopers, I have to say for me personally is the Scout Trooper. I just like the distinct look of the Scout Trooper helmet, which is my favorite in my opinion. But the TIE Fighter, I actually have a T-shirt with a TIE pilot on it. Like I think there was like some UK, I think it was called Addict. And they had a bunch of Star Wars designs that they came out with, which is really, really cool stuff. And I'm glad that I bought the shirts. I think I bought most of them. And they also have some really cool, like a blueprint collection where they have like the ship and like have like little highlights where like what canon is this and what part of this and stuff like that. So that's that's some really cool prints. But yeah,
actually.
Sorry, go ahead, Vince.
Oh no, you.
No, I just wanted to move on, but you go ahead.
No, I was just saying that there's so many great costume designs in Star Wars. I mean, from Boba Fett to like I love the Snowtroopers as well. But I mean, that's like all of them are just like there's not that many costume designs that they didn't do that weren't just jaw dropping.
Speak of other troopers as well. Did you guys watch? Probably not because you just woke up. But the Bad Batch came out. I mean, they have been.
I didn't watch it.
You have watched it, Marco?
Did you?
I haven't watched it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll watch it immediately after the show.
Perfect, yeah.
Kevin just checked that he was watching it.
I watched it too. I watched it too, and it was amazing. It's such a good show. I'm really excited that it came out. But how do you like the designs of those troopers?
I'll go. I like them. I wasn't a huge fan when they first introduced them in the last season of
Clone Wars.
Yeah. But I kind of like them. I dig them. Especially the Echo's design is really cool.
Yeah. I just saw today that Hot Toys is coming out with an Echo.
No way.
Yeah, they do. They just announced today. They announced a bunch of stuff. They have announced the Mando with a Berg riding on the on this dewback kind of thing. And what else? And the 1/6 scale baby Grogu, and it comes with a Loth cat and some eggs and stuff like that, so you can do all the fun stuff.
We all need a Loth cat.
You got your Christmas list ready for me? So that's about all of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love Grogu.
Oh yeah.
This way, there he is.
Nice.
Yeah, looking at looking at your piece, Marco, because you basically have 6 pieces when it comes down to that. So you came up with this beautiful set for Bottleneck Gallery, which is 12 by 24 inches, right? And
yes.
And this piece comes with a different color set as a variant. I have to say this is a very, very cool set. I really enjoy this one. And since I'm always looking for a 12 by 24 set because I don't I just have one, and this is the Matt Ferguson triptych. So I always look for these ones, and so this is definitely a must buy for me. And so I have to say we're recording this right before the drop on Bottleneck, and
yep, and the clock right now.
I know. That's why I have to be done before as well, because I want to score.
And all of them are amazing.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, this is it worked out once, but I don't want to push my luck when I did when I went for the Captain America piece with Mondo, but on like doing it during an interview, but I'll just make sure we finish. So we have a little bit more time, but walk us through your piece. What I mean, it's been you had it done like a year ago, right?
I had it done a while ago, yeah. Yeah, it's been just in the approval process for forever.
Why is that? Likeness rights, or?
But it's now done. So I'm happy with it.
But was the approval rights on likeness, or where was the problem?
No, there was no problem. No, I guess stuck in approval.
Okay.
No, actually, I was thinking, and yeah, I only needed to do 2 corrections, and one was on the titles, like the logos. They sent me the correct for me to use, and the second one is on the third piece, the Jedi one, Vader's hand, like that little tiny piece of the whole image. He holds the lightsaber, and that was it.
Interesting.
So the whole approval process was, I would say, as smooth as it gets, but as long as it can be.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It was like during COVID, right? It was still during COVID when you were.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it had to do something with it, yeah.
Yeah. What would you say? I mean, or how would you describe the difference? I mean, you can see it a little bit between the regular and the variant.
Well, in general, when I do regular, I do the colors that's my initial vision. Like I'll try different colors palettes, and I'm like, oh, this is the one that works for me. And when people actually ask me, do you like the regular or the variant, I always go for the regular. Always like the regular. That's the initial design. The second one is just a little, I'm having fun with it, in a way. And I'm trying to find a color palette that also works, because you have to have in mind, we are all limited when we do screen prints. We're limited to the color palettes, to the number of colors, and when you do something really crazy, it might mess up something else. Like I wanted to do something with for instance, I'm looking at it on my phone here with the Empire piece, but when I changed the blue, Vader didn't look kind of cool, so I have to be like, oh, okay, I gotta go back and do something a little more similar to the initial design, so it kind of works.
Yeah, I have to say, I really like I think I like the regular as well better, except the New Hope one, because I love the color of the basically of the design of that, or like in the Death Star in the background. I like the colorway better.
Disagree.
You disagree? It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But I get where you're coming from though. But I really like this kind of like because the blue, or this kind of blue greenish, pops so good against the red of the
visually it looks good. I like it, the variant. But I was going with the original. I was really going for the palette of the movie, and when I rewatched it, and I rewatched it a lot while I was working on it, a lot of magenta was in the movie. Like when we think about New Hope, we always jump to Tatooine, and we're like, oh yeah, it's sand, and it's coarse, and it's irritating, and you always think that it's a yellowish kind of palette, but it's not. It's really magenta, and when they go to the Death Star, there's a lot of green. What do you call this kind of green? Help me out here.
Like almost like the teal green, like moving into like the blue area, or Actually, no, from the lightsaber stuff, just
about
the reflection.
the regular piece, the regular
You mean the
version.
from the head-up display kind of thing, right?
Yes, yes, the and the light
Yeah.
in the back of
Yeah.
the Death Star.
Exactly.
So that was my initial idea, like to follow the palette of the movie, and that's why I really like the regular edition more.
Yeah, I think the variant is more of like when you look at Rogue One, I think it was when it was
Yes.
more distinct in
Exactly.
terms of color.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. So it's some really great stuff. But let's first question, because I always do like movie review stuff, but we're not gonna review like because we're all big Star Wars fans. But
No,
what's
there.
the number one from all the movies?
I don't have a number one Star Wars movie, but I have a number one scene.
Okay, fair enough.
And the number one scene is when Luke is looking at the sunset on Tatooine.
Binary Sunset is great. Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
Like that.
The theme is great.
Well, that was the start of the whole set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think when I first watched it when I was a kid, I was so amazed by it, and like whenever I see it, even on like just a glimpse, I get emotional in that scene. I was like, oh my god, I love this. Like that's when somebody says Star Wars to me, that's the first thing that pops into my mind.
Awesome. Vance, how's it for you?
Well, as much as I love New Hope, I mean, because that was our first introduction to all the characters, and I can't remember, like, we saw it in theaters when I was a kid, and I don't remember if it was my mom or my friend's mom that took us, and we were all jazzed about it. But in Empire, you really got to see those characters you're introduced to, and a little more character development, and you get to fall in love with them a bit more. But we've had this discussion before, though, too. Rogue One was a solid movie.
Yeah.
Like I dug Rogue One. Like as far as because
I love the beginning. The beginning of Rogue One is so great with like the atmosphere and the ship landing on the planet, and it looks so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, because that was like Star Wars, like with production value that I'd been looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the first serious one. So that one's it's high up there. Oh.
All right, that's great to hear. So basically, kind of last question: what do you guys do on Star Wars Day?
Watch Star Wars.
Well,
yes.
I'm gonna watch Bad Batch for sure today.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna leave it to them. Probably gonna watch New Hope.
All right, that's a classic. Definitely, New Hope is up there. Also, as I watched Bad Batch already, I might because I don't know if you have seen that on Disney Plus. They also have Star Wars Biomes. It's called. It's like a flyover kind of thing about different planets, and that looked interesting. Kind of new content. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to get into that.
Oh, that's something new?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll be looking for that.
So yeah, definitely check that out. And also to mention, since like you're an artist and I interview artists, for the people who haven't seen it maybe yet, or were wondering, the Poster Posse worked with a bunch of artists together. Marko is a member of the Poster Posse, as am I, and they did a beautiful project with Lucasfilm together. So when you turn on Disney Plus, you can see when you go to the different movies and TV shows, you can see art by artists from the Poster Posse. So that's really cool. Some really cool stuff. And I think they're going to be interviews during the day today, but I'm not sure when, but or the next couple of days. Check it out. It's definitely worth it. And great artists did some great work. And all the people I talked to, even like my students, because I mentioned it to my students today. One of them he's also a big Star Wars fan, and he already watched Bad Batch this morning. And then I told him, hey, all the graphics are from my people, basically. And then he was like, oh wow, that's so cool. And yeah. Did somebody catch it yet of you guys?
I just saw Dolly's piece. I think that was it.
I haven't seen Dolly's.
It's for Mandalorian.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, I gotta see that.
It's kind of in tune with the Mandalorian stuff he did for season 1. It reminded me a little bit of that, so that's pretty awesome.
No, I only saw Z's piece the other day, and they were having a Instagram live session, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I really liked the piece.
Yeah, it was hard to see in the beginning when it came out there that day. When I clicked on the Star Wars collection, it just popped up for like a couple seconds and it was gone. So I don't know if I haven't checked if they have fixed that yet, but that would be sad if it's just be there for just a couple seconds. But oh well, we know the art. I'm gonna feature it anyways. Like later on when I talk to James, I'll feature it on the podcast, like all the different ones. So that's gonna be cool to see. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming on, and glad that I could bring friends together again on the show. So that's really cool. And yeah, we still waiting for Vance and Marko, you as well, to do the interview later this year. The schedule is busy. I'm gonna talk to Matt Ryan Tobit next, so that's gonna come out next week.
And obviously, we know Matty and love Matty. So.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So thank you again, guys, for coming on, and I will talk with James now about the rest of the releases. And yeah, stay tuned for that, people. What's up, James? How you doing, man?
I'm very good, Tom. How are you?
I'm supposed to give you a high five from Vance. He said hi.
Hi. 5?
Back. Yeah, and I'm supposed to tell you as well because we talked about it. Marko wants to jump on some trooper stuff. So.
Some trooper stuff.
Yeah.
Does he want to do the famed zombie trooper?
I think we could get him into that because he loves the books. So.
Well,
there could be something.
You heard it here first.
Okay, there you go. Marko, I know you will be checking later today. There's going to be a call happening. Alrighty. Yeah, we have lots to talk about because, as you've seen, Star Wars Day is here, and yeah, we are gonna go through very cool Star Wars art, but also some other releases from the past couple of weeks. And we're gonna start off with our first one by the one and only Dolly, who has done the last piece in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Return of the King. For Bottleneck, and this is a screen print on foil paper, 24 times 36 inches, hand numbered edition of 175. And yeah, this piece looks very, very good, especially when you have all three of them together. The ring wanders basically down, and I think that's a cool little piece, or like cool little concept that he did there overall from the overall direction. And yeah, very, very cool piece. I sold out obviously, and I do you have, James? I know you have the first one. Do you have the second one as well?
Yeah, I got the set. So this one
Perfect.
Completed the set for me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
they look good. They look good together.
You have to show it when it's there, the last one, and then put them all up.
I'll have to put them all. Yeah, I need to get 3 frames on a wall, all side by side, especially just for this set.
Exactly.
That's like the whole of my living room. So Dolly.
Dolly. I mean, that's a good living room.
Dolly has designed my living room.
And then you have to put on the Disney Plus stuff that is happening right now for May the 4th. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, I could do a whole Dolly living room. I've got some little Dolly things, so all sorts. Yeah, I could have a Dolly day.
The Dolly day.
Yeah. Join me on Dolly Day. Like his birthday should be Dolly Day. # Dolly Day, and everyone should share all of their Dolly stuff.
Yeah, the Dolly double. Okay, moving on to another great franchise, Back to the Future. James.
Back to the Future, by a little known artist again, Drew Struzan. And we have part 3.
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? And we have the art version of his part 3, the lithograph 24 by 18, and the poster version.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing it's the poster version that it's the large 250.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just put the numbers.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Ill prepared here.
But yeah. Liking those again. Small Struzan stuff on your walls.
Yeah, I mean classic posters.
It's easier to sell it as a lithograph than sep it for sure. So,
yeah, and I mean the lithographs look really fine from from all the stuff that Vice Press put out, because this is also a co-release with Vice Press. So definitely something to note here, because Vice Press shares the license with Bottleneck here for Back to the Future and Drews and stuff. But that's not all Back to the Future we have. We also have Oliver Rankin for Back to the Future on, and he did the whole trilogy. And I tried to get him on, but sadly, bank holidays in the UK made it impossible. But yeah, this is the first one here. The original Back to the Future. It comes in an edition of 175 in the regular version. And then there's also a foil version of each, which comes in an edition of 85, and both pieces are 18 by 24 inches. Then let's look at the Back to the Future Part 2, which looks really amazing. I like this kind of 3D style that he does. It makes it really pop, and I like I wonder if the foil is not only on the title. I wonder if it's also on the cars there a little bit, especially in the Part 2 version. And
if it's a Giclée on foil, I mean, if they do it as they do the Oliveira ones, I think everything's going to have that kind of like sheen to it, which is really nice. But I think that will look so good on these prints, because it's really sharp. It's made and rendered in 3D software. Yeah. I guess the lighter parts will probably reveal more of that sheen, as you say.
I would love to have it like a glow in the dark where like the lightning is and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool as well to make it really pop, because it looks really cool.
You could do that. You could screen print over the Giclée. I was talking to someone about this the other day, actually, thinking about doing Miragaya did it with one of his recent pieces.
Oh, okay. We talked about it.
Yeah, so you get a Giclée and then a specific layer if you want a metallic or a glow in the dark. You just screen print a layer over that. I think that's really interesting. That's something to look into for the future.
That's something, exactly, for the future, something new, because the diehard fans of screen printing just want screen printing, and nothing else is good enough. But as we talked about, other print forms are also very valuable and make even prints better in some regard. And so I think that's what people should look into: mixed art forms.
Make the best of each different process.
Yeah. And we cannot forget, there's also something I almost forgot, because there's a Back to the Future Trilogy aluminum print set that basically the Snyder cut by Juan Ramos, and the trilogy set also is 18 by 24 inches and comes with the hologram of authenticity and limited edition of 50.
Yep, and the Burgos Jurassic Park was the other aluminium as well that they did. So I believe that those are all the aluminiums that they've kind of done together in one batch, and then once they're all kind of done, they'll be sent out. I think that's the case. But they've all proved really popular, haven't they? So I'm sure the Bottleneck will be doing some more.
Indeed. Moving on to the next big property that we're going to talk about is Disney. What do we have here?
It's a big one. We have a lot of prints by Ben Harmon, continuing his 12 by 36 series, starting off with Alice in Wonderland. Mm-hmm. This one was a hand-number edition of 175. Then we have Aladdin.
Day version.
The day version. And Aladdin night version. So day was 150, and night was kind of dusk in it. It's 100.
And how did you? Which one do you like better, the day or night version?
The day is classic Aladdin colors.
Yeah.
But I probably like that. But I really like the colors in the night version are really nice. So
the night version reminds me obviously of when Jafar turns into the genie.
Ooh, good point.
So yeah. I think that's also really cool, having this perspective, like a villain perspective in the night. So interesting.
Yeah.
Then we have some more versions.
More.
I'm just gonna take over here, so we switch it up a little bit. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, also a day and a night version. Oops, oh no, I'm sorry. Aristocats before that. Aristocats is also G-Clay print, 12 by 36 inches, hand number edition of 100. Aristocats, I really like the jazz in that one. One of my favorite Disney films sound-wise. Then moving on up, as I mentioned, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I really like the architecture kind of style in this one. This is the day version is a numbered edition of 100, and the night version 75. And yeah, looking at it, the night version, on first glance when I saw it, I thought, oh, is it burning? Is that tasteful? But it's not. But
it does look like it.
It does look like it though, right? It looks like a waterfall though.
I haven't seen the film, so I don't know the reference.
Yeah, it's been such a long time.
It looks like, it looks like lava. It looks like fluid.
Yeah.
Hot fluid. But I don't know. Maybe it's magic. It's a Disney film, so it's magic in it.
Oh yeah, we just gonna not say it's distasteful, but it probably sold out as well. I'm not sure on that, but I think so.
Of course it did. These things are selling like hotcakes. Like they seem to have really hit on something with these long prints.
Yeah, and there's like a tons of those now, right? He had like the third series he did, or fourth even. Yeah,
it's crazy, isn't it? There's a lot of Disney films to get through, I guess. And then 101 Dalmatians as well. Yeah. There's a black and white version of that. So 100 for the reg and 85 for the black and white.
Black and white, of course, for the dogs, huh?
Indeed, I hadn't thought about that. Very clever.
You're welcome. And you know what? The red of the title treatment is because of the collar.
Is it really?
It is.
It's not the blood of when Cruella wants to like make coat.
Maybe that too, but all the collars of the dogs are red.
Good. Very well observed, Tom.
Thank you, sir. Let's move into the Star Wars territory here. First prints by our good friend Pablo Oliveira. He did this beautiful Bantha ride, which comes in 3 different versions. Then we have the regular version here, which is an edition of 250. Then we have the art no title version, which is an edition of 175. And then last but not least, we have a foil G-Clay version, 18 by 24 inches, and an edition of 125. This one looks amazing. I'm a big fan of Banthas, and so I definitely had to grab this one. I mean, Star Wars Day is always the worst day of the year, spending-wise, for me personally.
It's the worst day of the year, full stop. Can't believe all these people having fun about Star Wars. Ugh.
That's disgusting. But yeah, so that's definitely something you did you spend yesterday? I mean, except
no, I did. I was running a gallery yesterday.
Exactly. I figured.
I would have gone for the foil of this because like I've said, those the G-Clay prints on the foil that BNG used look so clear and crisp.
Yeah.
And I think Pablo's art looks good in that. Like, I can imagine all the little hair strands of the Banthas, like hairy beard.
I want to get the OG. Like, Pablo, if you see this again, buddy, you said one day you said something to me. If this would fall off the wagon, I would love it.
He's got one. Pablo, Tom's got one, yeah.
What? I don't have anything.
I couldn't go for one. I thought you went for one of these.
Of these, of course, I have one. Yeah, that's. But I have the regular version.
Got one. So yeah,
I'm talking about the OG. The OG.
I'll buy the OG. Like, I'm sure they might drop through B&G again, and I'll go for the OG. Like,
they never released OGs, did they?
Oh, AP. Sorry, I thought you were talking about APs.
No, I'm talking about like the original artwork.
Oh. So does Pablo sell those via his own store?
Sadly, not yet, but maybe he keeps them all to himself.
I guess that's why
Pablo, you heard it here first, buddy. I'm calling dips.
Wow.
Yeah, moving on. We have some more Pablo. What do we have, James?
More Pablo. We have Ahsoka Tano. There's the reg, which was 250. A no title art version, again 175, and 125 on the foil. And these are 18 by 24 inches.
Yeah, I wonder if the foil also makes the lightsabers pop.
It makes everything pop.
Yeah, but like, I don't know how to.
It does. I'm a big fan of that Giclée on foil like that.
Okay,
I'm gonna go on.
I had one. I know.
It's proper. It looks like a proper sharp Giclée when it's printed on that substrate. It's like it works wonders.
It works wonders.
And we have more Star Wars art.
More Star Wars art by Bartosz Kozowski. I think he's a Polish artist. And he did this little child here in 3 different versions. This one, the first one, is the regular timed edition, which will go until tomorrow, May 6th, almost midnight. And then we have 200, like a variant of 200 in variant A, and also variant B, also 200. It's 20 by 20 inches, and screen printed. So that's got a lot of cool details there. Very fine lines. So looking really cool.
I love that. I'm a big fan of Bartosz. So I'm glad that he's doing some more stuff.
I didn't know him before.
You didn't?
I did not.
Oh my god, dude, you're so lucky. Just go and look at his Instagram now. I own a couple of his prints, and he's fantastic. He's won lots of like awards outside of the pop culture.
He did
for illustration.
Okay. Well, what kind of direction? What are we talking about here?
All sorts of like contemporary art. He's done a really nice shining print, which I own. But yeah, he had like 30 different versions of the child, which he printed out and got them done like on Giclée to kind of like look at them and pick which 3 he liked the best to sell through B&G. Really, really, really talented artist. And I'm tempted, but I also kind of think I'd quite like a signed AP. Okay. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know which one I like best. I don't know. I quite like the grey one, to be honest.
The grey one. Okay, cool. What else do we have in store? It's not the last Star Wars piece. I think we need to move on, otherwise the show will take forever.
This is going to be a 3-hour show. We're gonna break the Mexi Funk Orlando Rosina record. So the last one is The Empire Strikes Back by Lawrence Noble, and this is a screen print on foil, 18 by 28.
Did you know about him?
Yeah, he worked on the original productions, didn't he?
Yeah, he did the fountain, the Yoda fountain. I think it's San Francisco.
Oh, cool.
So that's awesome.
Nice. It's a good print.
Exactly. So,
very
what else?
Classic feel.
Exactly.
That was
very classic feel.
Edition of 150. That one.
Yep. 18 by 28. Did you see that? It's a weird size.
Good luck getting the frames.
I mean, bay framing is going to help with that.
Yeah. Go seek out your local framer.
Exactly. This is it for Bottleneck Gallery, and we're moving over to Mondo. And Mondo put out The Bicycle Thief by Ricardo Guasco. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And he did this piece, which is printed by Les Andes Graphiques, 24 by 36 inches, an edition of 175 and 75 for the variant, respectively. So I have to say I really like the variant because like the red and the green pops really well. I think it's more, there's like a stronger contrast from the red and the blue. I think, I don't know why, but
I would say I prefer the red and the blue because it's a stronger contrast than the
Lottie fucking Dottie. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
You shame me every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, also by Mondo, we have our friend Francesco Francavilla, with The Unholy, a screen print poster. It's printed by Lazy Lazarus, and it's a 24x36.
I'm sorry.
Did I say Lazy Lazarus?
Yeah, I was just wanting to say, did you just say that, or did I just hear that wrong? I guess
by the very lazy Lady Lazarus.
She definitely is not lazy, man.
No, those people do good work at Lady Lazarus.
Yeah, that's a little,
as you can see.
This
was an edition of 175.
Yeah, really cool print in its typical style, but for a movie that is probably not that known. And I think the tired meme post or whatever newspaper thing that is going around in the fan groups made a little bit of fun of that. But yeah, moving on to our next one, which is an old friend as well. Attack Peter with his alien print on Alien Day for Mondo, 20 by 30 inches, an edition of 120. And this piece is amazing. Lino cut print on locked up paper. Looks really, really great. I probably took hours to get those tiny, fine lines in there. And yeah, it took a while.
I mean, yeah, look at it. Like, I don't really have any words. Like, I love that.
It's just amazing, yeah.
But I didn't even try, I don't think, because I was just like, it's gonna go like straight away. Hoping for the APs, and they'll have some kind of cool remark like stamp. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see if I can afford it, because quite rightly I think they're gonna be expensive. I'll save cash on not buying anything for like a month or two, and then
all right, let's see.
I'm
gonna hold you in the next episode.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold you that. Yeah, I basically I got my first Attack Peter with the Ruma, the black version.
The print.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's really good. I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that episode.
Alrighty. Moving on to a piece that I tried out for, which was the Apocalypse Now original poster, which had a screen print production by Jason Atkinson, John Smith, and Shane Mon. Screen printed by DL Screen Printing, 24 by 36 inches, an edition of 425. And this is a big edition. But I didn't get lucky, man. I got lucky on Captain America, but not on this one with a bigger edition. Weird.
It was super popular. It's like such an iconic piece. Everyone just wanted a piece of it, I think.
That's true. And it's
screen printed Bob Peak poster for such a great film. Like, everyone's gonna scramble to get that, aren't they?
And it popped up on eBay, I heard, like right away, and people were like, yeah, for horrendous prices.
Yeah, that's the standard. I mean, why even look now? It's just gonna happen. So
why even look?
Why even bother? You're putting yourself through more misery. Like, I just tried to get this. I know. I'll look on eBay and look at all the ones that I didn't get. Oh, there they are.
They are.
Stop doing it to yourself, people. Stop doing it to yourself. But yeah, a more recent Mondo release was by Mike Sutphin for Star Wars Day. We Must Be Cautious. This came out as a timed edition from yesterday until May the 7th, just about midnight CDT. It's a 12-color screen print, printed by DL Screen Printing, 24 by 36. There are also limited variants. Tom, I don't know if you want to talk through that, the next one.
Sure. The other one, the four posters in total, 3 variants, and the first one is with a blue sky in the background, as you could compare it to the sun setting in Mos Eisley here. And then there's also this edition is of 175. All of them are actually the variants. Then there's a keyline version, and then last but not least we have a MV 175 version, which gives it a kind of like goldish glow with like a gray scale there, which is my favorite from these. I'd say, if I have to pick one.
I can't choose. I really like the detail. Like if you get up close and the detail in some of the aliens and stuff, like the detail is really great. I think it will look way better printed than like on a screen. I think this one.
I think so too, and the style reminded me a little bit of the Bounty Hunter series by Ken Taylor.
Yeah,
this is in what kind of direction it goes. But yeah, this is it from Mondo, and we move over to one that I almost forgot to put in, but I bought something from this guy yesterday. It's via Spoke Art, because Joshua Budig put out his Jedi Mind Trick Series 2 now with new artwork. I talked to him, but they cannot release, or they won't release the full set, so you can see every character that is going to be in there. Until it hits the people, basically, when it's out there, and if the first couple people get it, then we will see the full reveal. And but so far it's looking great. I got I think I have every character from the first one, and yeah, it's some really cool things. I like to put them up. I've got one up right now, as you can see there in the red magma version, they call it. And they come in different rarities with different foils and like different kinds of like foils. Like I don't know, last year they had like a weed leaf foil and stuff like that, and other fun things. So, and yeah, it's like a trading card thing. You can send them back and forth, trade them with other people. So yeah, that's kind of cool, and it brings the community together. So I really enjoyed this one.
They look really cool as well.
Indeed. Indeed. Okay. Yeah.
Moving on.
Next up, Vice Press.
Our friends at Vice Press. Indeed. And some smaller prints. This time, Wallace and Gromit minis, and this is the second series of those as well, by Flory. These are 8 by 8 inches. There's a set of 3 prints available at $19.99, printed on really good paper, which we now use at More Art as well. It's Mohawk eggshell superfine. It's really good paper. Paper Geeks.
Yeah, very.
There's your
very
paper
thick
update.
As well, right?
It's. I mean, they do it in different weights, but it's got this really nice. It's like they call it eggshell texture. Eggshell superfine. It's just, it feels really nice, basically.
Smooth as an egg.
It's lovely. It feels lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, these ones are nice and thick, 324 grams per square meter.
Yeah. And
yeah, but I think you get a free one, right? If you buy,
that's what I just wanted to say.
You get the fourth one for free.
Yeah, but you can buy the fifth one. It's the mini ones, and then you get the Shaun the Sheep mini version, which is also the same size. And you can either buy it for $8.99, or if you spend over £35 and put this in a cart, you will get this one basically for free.
What a beautiful thing! Flory's been very clever here by linking 2 of the cards together. So you're like, well, if I'm going to buy that one, then I should probably buy that one as well.
That's what this one basically the 4x4 BFFs or whatever it's called was Dave Perillo and Tom Whalen, what they did together. And this is where they for example, I have one of these pieces, which is the Rancor and the Rancor handler together. So that's kind of fun print.
It's good. It's a good idea for collaborations.
Exactly. And one more in the Wallace and Gromit series, which is A Grand Day Out by also a good friend, Andy Fairhurst, doing his Wallace and Gromit thing. I'm not a super fan, but are you a fan, James? In terms of Wallace and Gromit, of course.
Yeah. I grew up like watching Wallace and Gromit, so they are
British, huh?
They're I mean, it is very British, but it is also universal as well. Because so much of it. Well, I mean, the first one, this one, A Grand Day Out, I think was in pretty much silence, or a lot of it was in silence.
Yeah.
So it's universal as well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, this comes as an A3 print in size, which is 11.7 times 16.45 inches, and also on Mohawk Superfine paper. Alrighty, this is it from Vice Press, and I know tomorrow there's going to be the Matt Ferguson release that we talked over on the Open channel. So if you missed that, head over there. We had a lot to say about the Cornetto trilogy and also other fun stuff. Next up is Gallery 1988, and they have 4 different shows this time. And the first one is by none other than Hans Woody, with the best name in the business. And he did this beautiful portrait series, which is obviously sold out, as you can see. We got Captain Hook, Matilda, we got Indy, we got Wendy from Halloween. Is it? I think it is, right?
Wendy from The Shining.
The Shining. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I got my knives wrong here. And Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Vampire. And yeah, all of them are really great, but I have to say, I'm gonna go with the Hans Woody Captain Hook.
Oh yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
What are you going with?
These are all OGs, aren't they? They're 101s, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So they pretty much all like went straight away, and they're really cheap, like for OGs. Like
it's watercolor on paper, 9 by 12 inches, unframed. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like I like the Wendy. The best probably.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
But Hook is great. Hook's a good choice, man. It's a good choice. It's all good.
All right. But I like Indy also. But Hook,
they're all good, isn't it? Hans Woody is fantastic, I think.
Definitely, he is.
Always look forward to his stuff.
Then moving on to the next one, which is
another show. Gallery 19.
Yearbook. It's called Yearbook Photos: Heroes and Villains, Round 1. You want to talk about that, James?
Yeah, it's exactly what you've said.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, so we've got again originals of Heroes and Villains. Just taking a look through there. We've got some Matrix.
A couple are still available.
Who is?
A couple are still available.
Oh.
They're not all sold out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I pity the fool, Mr. T.
Yeah, poor old Mr. T. He's not sold out, and he has prints as well.
They have also the Matrix prints, which you can get remarked, all 3 of them, like Trinity, Morpheus, and Neo. And yeah, I guess you can get them remarked with Agent Smith, for example. That's available.
It's interesting. Like the ones that you can get prints of, the originals are still up. So I guess people are like, well, I'll have to get a print, or like I might as well get a print.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, really cool stuff. I really enjoyed one. I think I would go with the Matrix here in this case. So really liking this one, and because
is really good.
Yeah, I don't have a Matrix print yet, so that's has to change.
Yeah, if you look in the Morpheus eyes as well, you see the blue and the red pill,
of course,
which is really cool.
Iconic, very iconic.
That's really nice actually. I'm kind of tempted by that, but
you're welcome.
I said that I'm not allowed to buy prints for another month.
Yeah, I told you we're gonna check back in 2 weeks and see what's up.
And there was one more show, wasn't there, from Gallery 1988?
There's 2 more actually. I put in 2 more.
Oh my word!
But hold up. I just want to say I should maybe like put a betting pool together, like for the community. Is James gonna buy something in the next 2 weeks? So people, I'll challenge you guys out there. Tempt him to buy artwork. Do some really good artwork, and he's gonna buy it.
Everyone makes shit artwork. Right. Don't put it out.
Next show is by...
Don't put out any work for a month.
Next week is by Joker. It's called the show called Frame by Frame, and he did with some really cool frames fitting to the property that the person was tackling here, and it's some expensive stuff. We have something that costs like $3,000 here.
Best thing to say, and it's expensive. The elephant in the room, It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's I mean, if you have the pocket change, I mean, James has obviously, but he wants to save some money, so. So yeah, these are all really cool, I have to say. And You Missed, I really like this one. With Michael Douglas. Is it Michael Douglas? Yeah, it's Michael Douglas, right?
What's all like?
With the what's it called? I forgot what the movie's called.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't, you've got me as well.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's really cool. So I will. That's my favorite from the show. What's your favorite?
Scanning through.
Smoochie the Rhino.
I don't really know. I haven't really looked through this because I saw the prices. I was just like,
I can't look because I will spend.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I do. I mean, I like South Park, so I mean, we could say that. That's quite an inventive one, isn't it? Right. Yeah, we'll just say that. We'll say South Park.
We'll keep it at that. But yeah, really cool show. Not everything's sold out. If you have the pocket change, go ahead and buy something over at Gallery 1988. Okay, moving on to our last show from them, which is by Derek Payne, and he did console classics. He did, I think almost everything is sold out except Halo. The sets are sold out. It's just 5 prints. He did Super Mario Brothers 3. He did The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And then he did Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario Kart, of course, and Halo, as I just mentioned, which is the last one that is still available, all in the same style, looking all really cool. And the only thing I wished for would maybe be that he changes up the style for the time period it came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they all, I think they fit good for the NES and Super NES in terms of style, and the Sega. But like Halo for the Xbox and the Zelda should have been a little bit different, I think.
Yeah, maybe. It's that balance of making sure they look like a set.
Yeah, that's true.
Similar. And then changing them up and keeping them as a set, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, they've gone down well. People like them.
Yeah, my favorite is Super Mario Kart, I have to say. Which was yours?
Same.
All right. Yeah. Perfect. There we go. Okay, this is it for Gallery 1988, and we're moving on to your gallery, which is more art. And we have a set of prints, which can be bought individually as well, and they are really awesome. It's by Dakota Randall, and I love Dakota's style. He put up these amazing Star Wars characters and designs of Tusken Raider, the regular Stormtrooper, we got a Rebel pilot, and we have the TIE pilot, which is really, really amazing. Only thing is, why is not the Stormtrooper the other way around? So I can
why isn't it
pin them together? You know what I mean?
Oh, you want it to be looking at the Tusken Raider?
Yeah, flip it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Tom.
It's okay.
You have to ask Dakota.
Dakota, I know you watch it. Please answer. Please answer in the comments. But yeah, really great stuff. They come on as the before mentioned paper of Mohawk Extra Super Fine, and yeah, the size are 8 inches times 8 times 8 inches. And yeah, you can buy the set, which is amazing, and I think it's a must buy. Dakota, he's done as digital files, or digital images. He did more of the series for Star Wars characters, which are also really great. And I think this is a must add in terms of color, in terms of style, and in terms of quality of illustration. So definitely a must buy.
Yeah.
Head over to More Art.
Dakota's
and grab yours.
Yeah, Dakota's building up a big collection in this style, like he's done with Hero Complex, and to a certain degree with Spoke Art as well. So yeah, get on this, people. Help fund my next poster purchase.
Exactly. Okay. We are gonna get into the digital stuff, illustration world, private commission section, all of that, and the first one I kind of is a late put in here, which is a print I didn't put up, but it's by Freya Betts, and she just released it the other day. There's 2 versions of it, which is for Soul, which looks utterly amazing. This is my favorite Soul poster so far. Did you see it, James?
Mm-hmm.
It's really great.
Of course.
It is so great. I really love this. Disney, Bottleneck, whoever has the license, make it happen. This is a great poster. If not,
yeah, Island, Bottleneck.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Seek out Freya, get it printed. It's awesome.
Yeah, let's make it happen. This is basically like Jake is doing Shang-Chi poster with Bottleneck. So Jake Shi was the hashtag last week, and this is what we call it? Hashtag Soul Bats. Bet Soul.
If you like.
I don't know, but make it a hashtag. Make it happen, people. You know, Snyder cut, blah, blah, blah work. So why not have a poster done?
The Betts verse.
The Betts verse.
The Betts cut? I have no idea.
No. Bet print? A bad print?
You've got into the realm of rambling now. I think we should move on.
Move on, exactly. Moving over to a good friend, Sam Gilby, also Poster Posse member, as is Freya Betts. He put out some cool cover artwork for the True Romance DVD Blu-ray package, and it looks really cool. The cover art for that one, really amazing details. Go grab that one. True Romance, great movie. But that's not all coming from this movie. As you can see on the overview here, there's also a little poster on the side, which I thought first Sam did it, but no. It was a co-op between Sam and Matt Griffin. And Matt Griffin designed Coming Home in a Body Bag, which he put his brother in the bottom here. You can see it, Luke Griffin in there. So that's some really cool stuff. I really love the little details here, and the Apocalypse Now flavor, of course. Great stuff by both artists on this kind of collaboration, I'd say. I did you enjoy this one?
Of course.
Why should I ask?
Yeah, goes without saying. It's Matt Griffin. It's Sam Gilby.
Yeah, good dudes.
Solid work. Yep, exactly. They're good dudes. Two of the best dudes. Now we're gonna talk to 2 Riches. And the first Rich is Rich Davies, and he is also a Poster Posse member, Turk's work, and he put out this Night of the Demon print in 3 different versions, and this is more in the private commission sector, and really cool stuff. So really like the demon and the his kind of style he put in for the different characters as well, looking very detailed, and awesome work. I'd say if I would go for one, I think I would go for the beige sepia version. I think I would go for the curse one.
The curse, yeah. Okay, I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very red, very demonish.
You figured.
Yeah. But yeah, really cool things. And I'm sorry, I said 2 Riches. I meant 2 Davies.
2 Davies.
And yeah, the other one is Neil Davies, and he put out some Blade Runner work. And the first one is for the regular Blade Runner, also on a private commission here, and with all the characters in there as well, looking really cool. And this kind of style of poster, and the concept for it is really interesting. And I really enjoy this one, and it goes perfectly well with the Blade Runner 2049 edition. So that's some really amazing stuff. How did you like that?
They're both really good, aren't they? They're both really good.
Yeah, just leave it at that, man.
Yeah, but no, it's nice. It's a different sort of composition for you think you've seen everything for Blade Runner, but it's nice. Yeah. It takes in.
It feels like a
design elements.
It feels like a head-up display. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it takes in graphic design. It makes stuff from the movie be part of the poster, which is something that Christoph does really well in his prints.
Christoph Domrowski.
Yeah, using typography. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it uses typography really well.
This is also, I think this comes in two versions, as a silkscreen version and also as a lithograph version, which is a little bit smaller. So yeah, check it out. Follow the artist to get more sale infos when it's time.
This would look really cool on a slightly metallic foily
definitely
clay as well.
Definitely. Next up is Raf Deontas. I hope I pronounced that right. And he did an In Bruges poster, which I really liked. I love the colors in there with the purple rain basically. And great fun film and great poster, I'd say. Didn't know about this person, but now I know.
No.
Awesome.
So do you want?
Exactly.
It's good.
Now we come to my favorite artist. No, seriously, he's very good. James, how about you? Do this one.
Yeah, I think he is very good, and this is more awesomeness from. I mean, who else? We don't need to tell you guys who this is.
Yeah, I mean, this is if this would have been out last year. My personal opinion is better than the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think it's on a par. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, but better than Lord of the Rings.
It won't get the hype because it's not Lord of the Rings. I don't,
But it's Ghibli. It's some good stuff.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it's not.
I'm gonna
mainstream fantasy.
I'm doing this tournament. I'm gonna put it in.
Well, it's got to go in the tournament if you're doing the tournament again. Yeah. It's awesome. Like when that popped up.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Great private commission.
He's done some personal work, which is like underwater sea.
Yeah, the Pangea seat stuff he did.
So it's using similar kind of like coral and underwater vibes to that, within the cave, that kind of effect. Yep. But yeah, it's really nice. And my Killian Eng, the botanist's window, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That should be arriving soon. I already paid for. I haven't paid for that. So that's not part of the deal. That's been paid for and it's being delivered.
What?
So it's not part of the deal of me buying new posters this month.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. I have that as one as well. It's there, but I'm waiting on some other stuff to come in so I can do another unboxing.
What will Tom drop this time, guys?
Nothing. I didn't drop anything for a good quite some time.
You drop your weight. You don't even know.
No. I didn't drop my weight all the last time. I did it once, and I almost did it once, and I had super fast reflexes, which I caught.
All I'm saying is tune in to see what Tom drops next time. That's
exactly. Good plug here on this on this end.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm having another Hot Toys coming, so it should be here fairly soon.
I'm very jealous about that one.
Alrighty. Moving on to the next one, which is
Graham Humphreys with a Hellraiser
exactly.
alternative movie poster. Yeah, this looks good. I've never watched Hellraiser.
You scared?
But no, I've just never. I'm not big on horror, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Freya Betts, again, if we're talking about Freya Betts did a great Hellraiser piece.
She did.
If you want to check that out as well, from quite a few years ago, and that was for AMP 30 by 30.
Yep, indeedy. Next one is also the good friend Ruiz Burgos, and he did a Predator 2 print. Actually, two of them. There is first of all, there's the day version, with the day variant. Amazing collage details, and I think it's the best print I've seen for Predator 2. And and then there's the night version, which also looks really cool. I really love this one. He outdone himself again for this one. So awesome.
Yep. I like the night version.
Yeah, me too. I think that's my favorite.
I mean, I like the day version as well, obviously. Yeah. But I prefer the night version. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just too good. There's a lot of detail in that.
Yeah. Yep. Next up. Little birthday child, the birthday boy.
It's the birthday boy. It's Attack Peter, with his little taco. Yeah. So
that's so cool. That's very cool.
I mean, do you want to explain like the IP and?
It's his own. I mean, we had him on. Check out the interview we did. Check out the release talk we did for his Takura print, and this is his own universe that he created, and he's looking into Kickstarter stuff right now for this and doing more on this IP, his personal IP, original IP, and it's really amazing. I love this character. I love the idea behind it and the community behind it that helps to create this. And he did this on his birthday, that he created this kind of, or that he created this print for that people could get on his stream, on his birthday stream. So yeah, happy birthday again, Peter. And yeah, great print.
Yeah, same for me. I couldn't make that stream again. I can't remember.
It's always he always does it like very late for us, because it's mostly Americans.
It's always like 1 a.m. when I'm trying to stay awake for it. But it is so good, and yeah, join his Facebook group. Can't remember what it's called now, but I'm sure if you put like Attack Peter
Print Crew,
Facebook, that's the one, the print crew. Yeah. Really great group of people. It's a really good community that is going on around his artwork, and yeah, he's, like Tom said, he's building up this world. It's like world building with these great characters. Such cool stuff. And he's also like properly, with the Kickstarter, starting to teach people how to do the Linux process as well, which is good as well, and like really supporting that. Yep. Really great guy.
Awesome dude. Also, another awesome dude is the one we're talking about next, which is George Gray, aka Royalton Design, who has been on here on the podcast before as well, and he released some VHS tapes.
He's so behind.
Yeah, but it's
this is an old project.
Yeah. I have to say, on the first one that I'm showing right now, which is Avengers Endgame. Isn't Avengers Endgame, isn't it longer than 180 minutes? Does it even fit on this VHS?
That's a great point. Yeah. But yeah, this we're featuring this basically because
he's a good
Chris
friend.
Evans discovered it. Well, exactly, yeah. We're featuring this because he's a good friend. And this project was online, and Chris Evans discovered it, and it went like crazy viral. So more and more people, like in their hundreds of thousands, got to see what was an awesome project from like 2019. And yeah, it's just really good to see fantastic work get the audience that it kind of deserves, Yeah. Like we see. I mean, we saw this 2 years ago, and it's great, and we can appreciate it. But it takes a big name like Chris Evans, and his followers to get it out there and really like appreciate it en masse. Exactly. So hopefully something really, really good like comes of this as well.
I hope so too.
Because it's such a good project. Really clever.
So yeah,
really authentic. Yeah.
Mr. Captain America Chris Evans, please make this happen. Maybe you can do something, pull some strings, and get this series as a print version.
Yeah, like you can imagine this being around the offices at Marvel, couldn't you? Like having like these just dotted around.
Or make it as a Blu-ray, like a Blu-ray case version,
Yeah,
like a slip case.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like have a like a commemorative series of those early periods in the MCU. But yeah, Grey Matter should take a look at these, and I'm sure they could do something awesome with it.
Exactly. Alrighty, moving over to Laura Raquero. I hope I pronounced it right. And she did a Halloween print. Is it for the Halloween printed in Blood Book?
Indeed. Yeah.
Which is awesome. And she did this really cool print, very great with the likeness and the details on that. If you look at the mask here and like on the skin, it's amazing artwork by her. And love the leaves flying around there with the red knife going down. I think it's supposed to be a knife, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, the kind of story behind this one is that it was submitted for the Printed in Blood Halloween book. But unfortunately the licensors we basically didn't get through to the final book because of likeness, which is bizarre. And right. there were a group of artists basically where, you know, they had the same problem. And I just don't understand, because it's really good likeness.
It is.
It's such a fantastic piece. It's one of the best Halloween pieces, and we've seen so many Halloween pieces, but this stands out as something really different.
I think so too.
And you know, Printed in Blood argued for its inclusion and the inclusion of some other pieces as well. But at the end of the day, if the licensor, you know, says no, unfortunately it's a no. So yeah, just thought it should get a bit of a mention, because it's really, really awesome, as a lot of Laura's work is.
Indeed. Now we're gonna move over to May the 4th be with you celebration here, and I know this comes out a day late, but there's some really great artwork that we're going to talk about. But I hope you guys gonna put in the comments maybe artwork that we've missed, that we not talked about, because I mean there's been so many, maybe we've overseen it, but we want you to share your May the 4th artwork as well. I mean, I know big artists like Greg Ruth, he had the commissions on for his Star Wars pieces that we talked about before, but maybe something we haven't talked about yet, or maybe something you just really, really love. Put it in the comments. We would love to see your art choices. And first off is Scott Robinson. This is his real name, I think, and he calls himself Art Beyond, and he put out some really cool prints for The Mandalorian, having the child, The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka in there, but also IG-11 and Quill, which are still available as original pieces, and Moff Gideon, Bo-Katan, and something else. Day One Santa Claus, Kurt Russell, but yeah, the Star Wars pieces he just featured is really, really cool, and yeah. Love the artwork that he's doing, and he has some cool style. I haven't seen him yet in a print world, but I hope that's going to change at some point.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be doing really well, putting out the work himself and through his own store.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's up to him whether he wants to go into the print world as well. Sometimes artists, you know, they can do very well for themselves. That's been a talking point this week, actually, with the artist Skinner and Attack Peter again, actually, talking about, you know, the different paths, about whether artists need galleries on one hand, and then Peter saying, you know, why galleries are useful, and the same with conventions. That's it. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. The artist Skinner and then Attack Peter, you can like look at the two different sides of that, and they both have videos on Instagram which explain both. Okay. If you're yeah, I think so. I think it was, yeah, I saw it after the fact on Instagram. I know from Skinner's point of view, Attack Peter's was alive, but he might have like kept it up.
All right.
But it's an interesting argument, and I know we have a lot of viewers who are artists, so it's good to explore those different paths. There is no kind of like set path,
and if you want to discuss about it, like pros and cons, also feel free to hit us in the comments. We'll like to explore it. Maybe if more people want to talk about it, we can make a whole show out of it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, and hopefully from an artist's like point of view, and a gallery owner's point of view, I might be able to like chip in and help on some of those things in comments as well.
Yeah, Next up is D-Star Designs. He has a big cartel. He did also a Bounty Hunter series, which is really cool on G-Clay prints in 2 different colors. And yeah, looking all really cool. You got a Vader set there as well. Really like the style of these.
I don't know if you can see them.
What's it?
You froze for me, but it may have been fine your end.
All right, yeah, it looks really cool, and they have them also as a single prints, and then there's like an overview print, which looks really cool. I'll enjoy that as well. So check out D-Star Designs at .bigcartel.com, and you will find all the stuff there. Some more Star Wars. What's next up, James?
Mr. Contu?
No, we have one more before that. Didn't show up? Okay, then I'll do that for you. It's Raf Banzuela, who did Mando Chapter 9 in a private commission, which looks really, really great. This is looks like 12 by 36 inches print, or no, 36 by 12 inches this way, right? And yeah, this is very cool. I love the Krayt Dragon in there. I love the Tusken Raiders and the Bantha getting eaten. Looks very cool.
Yeah, this is a nice one. Uses the ratio really well with the Krayt Dragon. Yeah, really nice scene.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, not stopping with the Mandos. We're almost at the end here, which is by Jay Contu, as you mentioned before. And he got inspired by the great Rory Kurtz to do like a portrait series, kind of like, and these portraits just, this dude, he wrote in his Instagram, oh yeah, a little something I did overnight. Yeah, I took a photo overnight. That's what I did. Look at this. In color, it's amazing. Like the 2 different Beskar versions here. And it just looks incredible. This guy can draw. If you haven't followed him, follow him. It's so worth it. He's an incredible up and coming artist, and he has a bright future ahead. I have a good feeling about this guy. James, you want to say something?
You said, I mean, you've said it. I don't know what more I can add to that. Apart from that, he's also a really lovely guy as well.
Exactly. He's such a cool dude. Yeah. And last but not least, we have Alexandra Espana, who is the wife of Mr. Reyes, Alberto. Is it Alberto or Francesco Reyes? I don't remember. Mr. Reyes. We had him. We have featured his community last week, 2 weeks ago. And yeah, his wife did this beautiful piece for Ahsoka as well, coming up here, looking really cool with the forest and the portrait, and then at the bottom the scene when she showed up, and in the episode it was really amazing. And yeah, awesome digital tribute for May the 4th. So yeah, that's your Star Wars fix, and we're done with this show today. So please drop us some really cool art in the comments. Also, just nerd out with us about Star Wars. But before I go, I just want to ask you, James, what was your highlight for Star Wars Day? The retractable lightsaber by Disney?
Just in general. Yeah. I didn't get to see much of it, to be honest.
Bad Batch?
Of the releases.
Bad Batch?
No, I haven't seen Bad Batch yet. I really like the Hot Toys... was it the Blurg? I can't remember what they call now. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That was unexpected. But it's probably going to cost are you going to get the Blurg £700
without the Mando?
I don't have a Mando, so it might make sense to, if I did, get both. But I don't think I will, because like I said, it'll be like ridiculous money, 800 quid.
By the way, if you buy that, is it also included in the little bet we did?
I won't be buying that, and I wouldn't be buying it for like until next year anyway. Okay. So
fair enough.
It's not going to happen. I might have to stick with the little like 1/6 like Baby Yoda instead. Sure.
Grogu, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, James, for stopping by. Thank you, Marko and Vance, for being the headliners of this show. Head over to More Art, because they definitely have some Star Wars pieces available, which are amazing. Don't forget about that. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. And next week, we will talk to Matt Ryan Tobin. So that's going to be fun as well. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.